This video is sponsored by EA. I hope you guys enjoy.
Or one of our contenders, it looks like they're maybe damage over here. Firing.
Reloading. Yes people, what's going on? It's Ashton here. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Now, as some of you may already know, today, the 4th of February 2021, is actually Apex Legends' second birthday. That's right, Apex has been out for 2 years now, so today we're going to be going over all of the notable moments and memorable moments of the 8 seasons of Apex Legends we've been blessed enough to play over these past 2 years, and talk about some of the highlights and the most memorable moments we've had. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, make sure to drop it a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future uploads. On the 4th of February 2019, Apex Legends was first released, and it was around this time the game was referred to as Season 0. This time was before Season 1 ever came out, and before we ever had a battle pass in the game, and the game was very different to the game we all know and love today. Some of my fondest memories from around this time are the fact that you could put a 2-4 scope on any SMG, or even a 3x on any SMG. It just looks so goofy and weird. The pictures in the bottom left corner of the screen were totally different, and let's be honest, they didn't look anywhere near as good as they look today. But the thing people look back most fondly upon Season 0 is of course the 12-shot wingman with the insane fire rate. Just look at this clip from Reddit. Season 0 was of course totally different to the game we all know and love today, but let's be honest, so many people remember it as their favourite time of Apex because it was new to everyone was a noob, and it was completely amazing running around with this insane wingman all the time, slaying out the lobby. Now just a month into the game cycle, we saw the release of the first season of Apex Legends, introducing our first new legend that so many of you love today, Octane. We also saw the introduction of the first ever battle pass, which I remember to be extremely hard and long to grind out, and I personally never even completed this battle pass. Season 1 also saw the introduction of the Elite Queue. This was a first tester for what ranked could be like in Apex Legends, in which if you survived into the top 5 of an Elite Queue game, you'd queue up into another Elite Queue game, and this streak would continue for as long as possible until you lose a game outside of the top 5. Everyone was given an Elite Queue badge, and that badge would update with the longest streak of top 5s you had in a row. Season 1 was also the only season ever to have a whole bunch of animated badges to grind towards across the length of the season. To this day, these are some of the rarest and best badges you can have on Apex Legends, and I don't know why a system like this hasn't been implemented into future seasons, as people are longing for something to grind towards across the length of the season, and the animated badges just look absolutely incredible. In Season 2 of Apex Legends, we were introduced to our first new female legend, Wattson. Wattson was the first meta-defining new legend to be added to the game, and upon release, she could have 2 ultimate pylons down that would last forever. Ranked mode was also added for the first time in Season 2, and as you can see, I wasn't very good at it. But perhaps 2 of the most memorable things about Season 2 of Apex Legends are of course the infamous disruptor rounds that were in the game, that of course were a hop-up that could go on the Alternator and RE45, which burned through people's shields. And of course, the infamous solo mode that everyone loved on this game, but of course, the developers decided against adding it as a permanent mode, so today people long back for the days of Season 2, where solos was an LTM that we had for a couple of weeks. In Season 3 of Apex Legends, we were introduced to Crypto, alongside a brand new map, World's Edge. We were also introduced to the charge rifle for the first time in Season 3, which, it's fair to say, was fairly broken, as you could put an extended mag on it. World's Edge was a completely different map to the one we know today, being completely bright and having several different POIs that we don't see anymore in the map today, including Fuel Depot, which used to be where Harvester is now, and Drill Site, where Countdown is today. Season 3 was also the longest season of Apex Legends ever, lasting a whopping 4 months. Season 4 of course saw the introduction of Revenant. The less said about him, the better, I think. World's Edge was blown up and shaped more like the one we know today, and we were also introduced to the new weapon category of snipers. These weren't in the game before. Guns like the longbow and charge rifle fell into different categories. For example, the charge rifle was an energy weapon and the longbow was a heavy weapon. This change also benefited the introduction of the new weapon, the Sentinel. Ranked also saw a major change this season as well, introducing the Masters rank, top 500 system, and the split system that we still use to this day. In Season 5, of course, we were introduced to Loba for the first time, as she made an explosive entrance into Apex, blowing up everyone's favourite POI, Skulltown. Quests were introduced into Apex for the first time as well this season, which have stuck around ever since, albeit in a different format. In my opinion, this was one of the best ever seasons of Apex Legends. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I managed to finish number 21 pred on Xbox this season. In Season 6, Rampart was added into Apex Legends, and although she wasn't strong on release, and for much of Season 7 as well, she is slowly and steadily getting buffed to a place in which she's going to be a little bit more usable and strong in the game, so hopefully we see Rampart a little bit more in the coming seasons. World's Edge saw another map change, having loads of different POIs added and replacing old POIs such as Drill Site as mentioned before, and of course staging being added to the game as well. But perhaps the most memorable part of Season 6 is of course the massive rocket launch that was building up over the course of the season to lead us into Season 7's new map, which we'll get onto a little bit later. I love the way that over the course of Season 6 we saw the rocket being prepared and ready to launch, and honestly I love the way that the hype was building towards Season 7 across Season 6. Then of course we had one of our most recent seasons, Season 7, where we saw the introduction of Horizon, a game-changing legend who was insanely strong upon release and still is strong even now. But more importantly than Horizon, we saw the introduction of an entire new map to Apex Legends, Olympus, and what a beautiful map it is. To go alongside the new map Olympus, we also had a brand new way of travelling around the map, only on Olympus, which is of course the new vehicle system that is in Olympus, where the Tridents are free to ride around just like a car or a jeep or anything in any other BR. The Trident is the vehicle of Apex Legends, and it was a big risk for Apex to add a vehicle into the game because so many people were skeptical about how it might work, but I have to say it was added in the best way possible and is a really healthy addition to the map. And so that brings us right up to speed to today with Season 8, where we've just been introduced to Fuse, the latest legend to join the games, and he is a bunch of fun. As you all know, Kings Canyon has been blown up, sculpted and reshaped to be an entirely new experience for this season, and I can't wait to see how it pans out over the course of the next few months. Of course, we were also introduced to the 3030 repeater as a new weapon as well, kinda like the big brother to the Scout, but as a heavy gun instead of a light gun. But with all that being said, you're right up to date with the last 2 years of Apex Legends, and most of the notable moments along the way as well. I hope you'll all join me in saying happy birthday to Apex Legends, and a massive congrats to the devs who have done an amazing job at keeping the game fresh and interesting over the last 2 years. Hopefully there's at least another 2 years of Apex to come. But guys, that has been the end of today's video. I hope you have enjoyed. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel for more regular Apex Legends content from myself. But with that being said, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Take it easy and goodbye.